What is up, bros? Me, Josh here, and in today's video, I'm bringing you a game I had in the Bismarck that actually had a pretty crazy ending. And this game actually was pretty awesome. We pumped out a ton of damage and had a blast in the Bismarck. This is one of my favorite battleships to play. The German line, I think, is awesome. And in this division, we had 2 Bismarcks and an Atago, and we were luckily top tier. So it's always a good thing when you are in, especially this ship, because it's so punishing for the enemy ship. Usually, I don't like, we spawned A-side, which is one of the 2 division spawns. And we spawned A side. I don't normally like going A cap without a DD or, you know, maybe like a cruiser heavy division, but I thought with the support of this B division, which was 2 DDs and a cruiser, we could easily take this no problem, kind of punish this and then force. The thing about A cap, in my opinion, D cap is terrible. Don't ever go D cap. Well, I mean, you can go D cap if you are a cruiser or a destroyer. I would not go D cap if you're a battleship. You can see the massive island right here, and battleships love going decap. I don't know why, but the island right here, if you go decap, like they have 4 ships going this way. If you go decap, you're gonna be out of the game for so long. So I like the BC, and then A is pretty decent to go to. So we had the DD here. I think he ends up getting wrecked anyway, but I'm pretty punishing. I'm not gonna take any torps now, so I could definitely just go forward. We were in a big go forward mode because we need to get the dreadnoughts, and this game was pretty freaking crazy. But we have 2 Bismarcks within anything within 10.6 kilometers is going to take a ton of damage. We lost the destroyer or the cruiser for this other side, which isn't really that big of a deal. Their destroyer killed one of theirs, or basically killed one of their DDs right there, and so I'm just going to keep hitting the W button and get rewarded for it because my secondaries on the Bismarck are amazing. So right now we're looking for maybe where the Sims is. That's the only other DD, and kind of everything else. The little division that's with us didn't survive too long, but we're taking out we took out a destroyer already. We're taking out a battleship already, and he's about to go down. And we're just kind of pushing in. I mean, being top tier, we got to be really, really aggressive, which is really nice. Now, kind of the downside is we have lost some ships already. But the ships that we have in front of us, which means we're just going to push straight to B. Now, if you ever go A cap or D cap on this map, you need to keep pushing. You can't be stagnant. If you're stagnant, then you are so isolated that you need to keep. If you're not like pushing elsewhere, you're just going to completely lose the map and get completely flanked. So what did we do? We're heading straight to the B cap, start getting to B, and then hopefully we'll intersect the enemy team. It looks like they're all curling around this side. They aren't even going for C-cap, which is just bad play for them. But, okay, they're starting to cap C-cap now. I think that's the Sims. But they're going all the way around D-cap. And so what we're going to do is we're going to push around and then hopefully intersect them and have better cover on them from this side. So hopefully our team can kind of just time it, hold them off for that long, and then hopefully just stay alive. So we killed this whole side, no big deal, and we just need to keep moving. So this Fubuki got in the way of a big old Bismarck, and apparently I wanted to take him for a ride. But almost already 50,000 damage, no big deal, and we can kind of jump into a lead. We've lost some low tier ships, and they've lost some battleships and one of their DDs. So the Sims is the only one that's kind of left, and he ends up, I think, making it to the end of the game. So kind of some bad news bears right there, but really I think we're doing okay. We have a really, really good division in our division with 2 Bismarcks and an Atago. Very, very, very strong ships. And right now, we're just hitting the W key and keeping going forward. Kind of losing 2 of our DDs really, really quick is pretty crappy. If we would have maybe kept on to 1, like that Farragut, if he wouldn't have pushed so hard. I think when some DDs get way, way, way too excited, and there's no need to be that aggressive. I mean, if you can look, we had our division behind him. He had another battleship behind him, and those other 2 ships, which are off to our left, they were supporting him, so he didn't really need to be that aggressive. So, kind of a loss there, but it looks like 2 of the 3 guys in that division died, so they may not have been the best players. I mean, the cruiser is also super, super aggressive for being bottom tier against a whole bunch of ships as well, especially a battleship. But we're doing all right. Basically, all we need to do is keep pumping out damage, though, because if we don't, then we're not really doing much. So, Tirpitz, I could have got a shot on him, but I figured the NorCal's a better ship because he's going perfectly broadside. And I just need to keep our Atago alive. Atago staying alive within 15 kilometers is going to be absolutely brutal for these battleships. So, I need to be the distraction. me and the other Bismarck in my division, and we just need to keep pushing forward. Honestly, just if you're in a Bismarck in this situation, keep pushing forward. Things I need to kind of avoid are like, honestly, like the Kutuzov. The Kutuzov's really the only thing that really is scary. Now, this is a really, really bad push by some of their cruisers. Like, they have 3 other cruisers, 2 of which are bottom tier, that are pushing this cap and within secondary range. So we can absolutely just demolish these guys. The only thing we need to worry about is maybe torpedoes, anything else. The Edinburgh is one thing that we need to work. There's the Kutuzov. That's probably the most important thing we need to kill. The thing just, I mean, he already has 2 kills. It's just something we really need to keep pumping out damage on. And try to get a nice shot on this Alba. He's rolling broadside, no hair, don't care. And there's the Sims too as well. Try to get some shots on him. Bismarck dispersion right there. So we are in a really, really good spot right now. Well, I'm in a really good spot. We have a ton of guys off to our left. We have an island in front of us protecting us from those battleships. And we can really start punishing all these cruisers. So, you know, Fiji over there, Edinburgh, you know, a lot of really, really fragile DDs or cruisers that could easily be one shot, super punished. It sucks. I mean, the Fubuki just went straight, so kind of just like a waste. Got a nice Citadel right there. Maybe I think this game would have gone a little differently. Look, we're just absolutely smashing those guys. This game would have gone a little differently if maybe that division was a little bit better than what they were, even being bottom tier. But losing the DD fight that quick and us being kind of behind in not only like vision, but like just DDs and torps kind of sucks. So right now I'm kind of just keeping an eye on where everything is. Luckily nothing's shooting at me, and I can't believe I didn't hit anything right there. That kind of bugged me. Like, I didn't do damage to anything, and that really, really sucks. So the Alba's almost dead. There's a couple cruisers that are really, really low. I was actually hoping to get a double kill right there because they had bumped each other, and German dispersion is hilarious and can do things like that because it's kind of all over the place. This is where it starts to get a little sketchy, and that is we got a Tirpitz within 6, which means he has torpedoes. Off to my right, we have a Kutuzov in front of me. We have another Tirpitz in front of me who's gaining speed. And this is when you kind of just have to take this shot and just brace for impact. You go, okay, I can't push this because both those guys have torps. I just need to take whatever this damage is going to be and start moving away from this situation. I got really lucky that Tirpitz didn't do more damage than when he did. And I got really lucky that Kutuzov didn't know how to use AP, because broadside Kutuzov shooting AP is freaking brutal. So that shot ended up sucking. He ended up getting a Citadel on me. So I didn't die, though. It's like I didn't die, and I didn't get stuck with like a fire or a torp or anything like that. The Tirpitz behind us got killed, and you know, we ended up taking about 30,000 damage, but it wasn't as bad as it easily could have been. You know, we don't have a repair, so we need to be really careful because that Kutuzov, and I want to focus on this this Budyani right here. I think this push by our Tago wasn't really the best, because we knew that the other cruiser was off to the right. So I kind of wish he wouldn't have done that, but you know, potentially the play would have worked and we would have been all right. But a Fiji broadside against an Otago, and he's pushing up in against the cruiser as well, so probably not the best play. I kind of don't know why he got so aggressive, so kind of sucks. He took torp right there. He does, I think, get the trade, but trading a tier 8 for... he doesn't even get the trade. Even the trade right there, a tier 6 for a tier 8, isn't very good. And I got super scared right here that he was going to get torps on me, but thank God that the Tirpitz is the Tirpitz, and my secondaries are freaking insane. But he got really, really close of getting more torps on me. But down he goes. Thank God for the secondaries. And I'm feeling pretty solid right here right now. I have sonar for upcoming torps. I have 2 really low Royal Navy cruisers, so they can't burn me down or anything. And we're doing okay. We have kind of recovered. I know that there's a low ship off to my left. I know there's a relatively fragile ship off to my right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop sonar. I'm going to get away. I'm going to kind of aim in towards the Ed because he's a bit more dangerous than the Fiji. And I'm going to prepare for torps and stuff. So I'm launching everything right now. Launching planes. I'm launching sonar. And I pop my heel. So we're back up to about 35k or so. But the thing is, we need caps. And so I saw that the Ed is going to roll down to A cap. He's going to get met by 2 of our ships. He's taking A cap right now. So one thing I wish I would have done right here is maybe pump out some more damage on these ships. I get a shot on the NorCal. I potentially could have gotten another shot if I didn't hold that, and it may have saved us at the end of the game. But you need to always be pumping out damage. You know, that wasn't that good of a shot, but you need to be always pumping out damage. I probably would have got one more shot out, which I wish I would have used, but I didn't know that I was not going to see this Fiji. Basically, this Fiji is a must-die, and there he is right now. I wish maybe we could, like, if we had a DD, that Fiji could have potentially been spotted, and I would have known and maybe put out some more damage. But, like, right here, I have no shots on anything but this Edinburgh, so I thought that, hey, even though I'm from max range, which isn't the German strength, I might as well put a shot at him, and I kind of got rewarded on it a little bit. But they're taking A cap. He is going to get pushed, but he is going to cap in time, which really sucks. That's the worst part. So they have 3 caps. They're going to get a couple ticks out of that, and he's going to be running, so he's going to be a huge distraction. And so I just put a random shot with the bat guns, and we ended up lining up pretty solidly and dinking him for a citadel at, what is it, 18 kilometers in a German battleship, which is kind of funny. But luckily he's going to go down. I think he ends up repairing. Those seals are pretty crazy, but I think he ends up getting taken down in the long run. But I need to push C. Potentially, like, I could have pushed D cap. It's just getting completely taken out of the fight for a ship as strong as the Bismarck is freaking brutal. So I wish maybe would hit that shot, but there, it gets taken down right there. So we're capping back A, which is good. We're up on ships, which is amazing. And I'm going to start taking a 3rd cap. So we're in a really, really, really good spot. One thing we need to do is they don't have any ships. So the 2 ships they have potentially pushing a cap are a Fiji, which is super, super fragile. Potentially a Sims, which is something that, one, torps aren't super scary. He is rolling with the Fiji, so we're not exactly sure. I'm assuming he's relatively close. I was kind of hoping that maybe my Bismarck would be able to pump out maybe some damage on that Fiji or something else, or maybe finish off the NorCal. And so I'm going to cap this 3rd cap. We got guys rolling back. Basically, we just need our guys not to die. It's one of those situations where if we don't die, then we win this game, you know? And so we lost the other Bismarck in our division, which isn't the best. That shot was maybe one that ends up biting me in the ass kind of later. I had a broadside Tirpitz, but I wanted to finish that NorCal. You know, it's a brutal angle against the NorCal because the armor is so good. So I could have potentially got much more damage against that Tirpitz. I ended up getting no damage against that NorCal. So who knows what would have happened. I would have loved to finish off that NorCal because he's kind of just running away. And who knows how much damage I would have done to that Tirpitz. So even if it's 5k here, 5k there, it would have been really, really good to potentially do against them. So I had to cap this. I was hoping to cap it while moving, but ended up taking longer to cap. So I kind of got just sitting here with, like, twiddling my thumbs waiting for this thing to cap and pumping out long range damage. So I need to push B. You know, I have 2 battleships, massive range, so I'm not super scared of them. So I'm just gonna keep pumping shots on whatever I can see. So I know about the Belfast. Remember, guys, in this game, our team just needs to not die. So what are things that our team should not do? You should not push into them if you're in a Belfast, or you should not round corners blind against another ship if you're in a Kutuzov. Those would be 2 things that would be amazing. That would be amazing if they did. And what happens is you can see our Belfast is pushing into 2 battleships and a destroyer, and our Kutuzov is pushing blind into a cruiser that's on B cap. So what do we need to do? Not die. What do these guys want to do apparently really, really badly? Apparently they want to die. So we've all played with that. There's honestly no reason for our Belfast to do what he just did. I mean, he just makes life harder. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I don't know if he was trying to get the trade for the DD or what, but the Belfast would have been much better just rotating back towards B and helping the team out. I mean, why push out all the way down that way and die when you could have potentially just hung out? So, one, we need this kill. I figured that a Kutuzov would have been able to annihilate that guy plus a Tirpitz, but our Kutuzov decided to take one right on the face. So, I thought the game was over. I was like, GG's. It sucks that two of our cruisers, that cruisers die. I mean, I just don't get, I just don't get this sometimes, but it happens. The Fiji did a really good job at getting that kill. So, right now, the Fiji was very effective. We got that kill, so it's not actually over. I'm a pretty strong brawling ship. The Tirpitz gets the cap. I push into these guys. Time-wise, we're only down by about 60, so there's a potential of us actually winning this game. And I know the NorCal's low, but he's playing super passive. And this is one shot that I wish I would have not taken, is that blind shot against that DD. The only thing is, I know that DD was super low, and I would be the first one to admit that I played this poorly. I played the end of this game terribly. One, I get rewarded by being very close, but what ship gets rewarded at being within 6 kilometers? That is the Tirpitz. So I did play the end of this game terribly, and I wish I would have played it, differently. And you can see, I already have it clicked on. I have the manual secondaries. So I have the secondaries on the destroyer. I'm trying to get that kill if I can. I'm thinking, hey, kill a DD, potentially maybe get a ram on the Tirpitz, and just do work. So I'm playing this very aggressive. Honestly, too aggressive. So we're going again against the Tirpitz. Scary, but I'm on a Bismarck, so I don't really give a shit. So this right here is one thing. I would have had 2 salvos on this Tirpitz, and it's one thing that's a real bummer. As you can see, the score is super close. And yeah, this is. I wish I would have played this different. I wish I could have played it at the end. And Tirpitz put a decent shot on me. I put a big hit into him right here. But Tirpitz has Torps, and I think here they come right here. There they are. So I end up taking a Torp. And I wish, like I said, I would have had 2 salvos on this guy. Potentially enough to kill him right here. Now let me switch over to the live, and I'll show you guys kind of what happened at the end of it. Oh! Fuck! That sucks. We needed 2 more ticks. No, we lost. Ugh. Oh, it was a draw. Lol. So there we go, guys. 192,000 damage. A draw. I haven't had one of those in a long time. We had a bunch of citadels, captured a point, bunch of secondary hits. A really fun game. I thought we actually got robbed. Here's the screenshot. We actually got robbed of a win, but it's all fun and games. But we actually got the draw. If you can see here, we were at 1,000 points, and as you can see, the shot is coming in, but we were actually at 1,000 points before I was actually taken out. So it is what it is. Wargaming gave us back our win, but no, it was a good game. It was a fun game. It was a tough game. Those last-second nail-biters are always amazing. And, I think if I played the end of that game a little bit differently, we end up taking home the win just outright. But it's fun to kind of play aggressive and kind of go a bit YOLO in the right situations. But, guys, that is it for me. A really fun game in the Bismarck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.